Hi guys, James from Twisted Assisted here. I'm going to be doing a little video today to show you a very straightforward knife mod that you can do using our Twisted Assisted Atlas slip joint. This is a mod you can do with one tool, a T6 bit driver. That is all you're going to need to perform this. Now what I've done is I've stripped down two slip joints here. One is a black PVD, and we've also got a stonewashed version with the polished hardware. Okay, so I've stripped those down to save a little bit of time here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a mashup, and we are going to fit the aftermarket titanium scales and the copper scales. Alrighty, so we're just going to have a bit of fun. Let's start off by starting on the titanium. So let's start off by giving it some contrasting black PVD coated pivot. Okay, so we'll pop that in there, and then we are going to attach a liner. Just pop that on there. Or actually, no, let's put a black liner on there, and then we'll contrast it up by putting a polished back spring in place. Now you've just got to locate the barrel screws. Once they're located, let's get ourselves a T6 dome headed screw, and let's just retain that in there. So we'll need two of those to hold the back spring. Let's pop those in there. Okay, so that's the back spring fitted. Next thing we got to do is we need to add a caged bearings. Let's pop those on there. And now, very simply, we just need to fit the blade. Now the back spring is going to be tensioned, so what we're going to do is we're going to push up with our thumb like so, and then slip the blade onto the pivot. Okay, so that is now tensioned, and we can continue by fitting our other liner. So let's put the other black liner on there, not forgetting our cage bearings. Let's get those on there. The best way for putting on the liner here is to locate it at the bottom on the barrel screw, and then do that, and then just with your thumb move it over, and it will pop onto the male pivot there. Okay, next thing, and this is very important, is to put the stop pin. So let's get the stop pin in there. Here we are. Stop pin. If you forget to put in the stop pin at this point, and you fully assemble your knife and you shut it quite hard, then you risk damaging the edge on the back spring. So stop pin is fitted. Let us just fit the other side of the scale. There we have it. Right, so let's get the black PVD coated rest of the pivot assembly. Let's get that in there. Let's get that screwed in. And then it's a simple case of putting the last two black screws. So we've got a polished hardware, some polished back spring. We've got the stonewash blade, and let's get the last screw in there. Here we go. Whoops. Perfect. Okay. Now, just having a look here, we've got the contrasting black hardware. Let's swap over the thumb stud from our black blade. So we're just going to just get some needle nose pliers, just very gently undo the thumb stud. There we have it. Right, let's put the thumb stud in there. And I think what we're going to do in this case is we're just going to use a dab of super glue just to retain the thumb stud, just so it's not going anywhere. You don't need lots, you just need to use a little dab. Here we go. Okay, just a little dab. Little dab will do you. There we have it. Right, let's pop that in. I thought it would be fun today if we could have a bit of a competition. Could we say, comment on this video and let me know which knife you actually prefer at the end when we've got them all finished. Let me know in the comments and we'll pick somebody at random and they can have whichever knife they like. Okay, let's have a think. So we will use the black, let's get it the right side, black pocket clip. Let's just screw that back on. There's 2 countersunk T6 screws there. Let's get that done. And then we have the black pocket filler tab. Let's pop that in there. Put in, that's retained with a single countersunk T6 screw. Brilliant. That blade is looking a little bit dull. Why don't we get some Smurf poo, which is fantastic stuff, made in the UK. This is honing and stropping paste, but it's also good for polishing. Very, very good for polishing. Polishing out if your blade's looking a little bit dull or covered in fingerprints or what have you. So just a little dab of Smurf poo and it will give a pleasing shine. It's not too abrasive. It will give a really good polish. Sometimes if you use Autosol, that can be a little bit harsh. If you've got a bead blast blade, you don't want that to go shiny. So Smurf poo is a really, really gentle polishing compound. It's fantastic for getting things like, I don't know, sellotape gunk off your blade. And of course for honing, if you've got a leather strop, if that's how you sharpen your knife, it's just fantastic for that too. Made in the UK. Oh, what is it, £6 a pot? And a pot will last you years. Okay, so we're just bringing this stonewash blade back to life by just giving it a bit of a polish. You can see cleaning cloth there. It's gone dark. That's essentially metal, which is being lifted off. Okay, I think that is done. Let's just get some kitchen roll. There we go. And we'll just lift that off. Much better. Absolutely brought the blade to life. Look at that. Okay. So we've got the titanium handle scales. We've got black hardware. We've got a polished stonewash blade and a polished back spring. We've got the black liners there. We've even got the black thumb stud. That is looking lovely and contrasty. There, have a look at that. So that leaves us with the polished liners. We've got the copper. The black is just going to really contrast nicely with the copper. Let's get that done. So we'll start off with the copper scale. And we'll just repeat the same process. You might have noticed that I'm wearing a plaster. Yes, I did cut myself. Noob mistake. Okay, so let's get the bearings on there. And now we're going to put the PVD coated back spring on. We're just going to locate the barrel screws. Boom. We'll get some of these stainless steel T6 bits. We'll pop that in there. Ooh. Come on. It's very, very fiddly. Fiddly, but straightforward. Okay, let's pop in the other barrel screw that fell out. There we go, that's located. Pop in this other screw. There we go. Right, now we have to fit the blade. So remember this little hack. With your left thumb, push up to tension the back spring and then just slide the blade onto the pivot, and there we have it. It's all tensioned. And then we're going to fit the liner. There we are, that's gone straight on. Mustn't forget the stop pin. Okay, let's start that off by getting the pivot on there. I'm just about to put all of this on without the bearings. So let's just put the bearings on. Okay. The copper scales really do give a nice weighty feel. The titanium scales are very, very lightweight. So if you want something that's lightweight, that's not going to be weighing down in your pocket, then the titanium is a great option for that metal feel, but without the weight. And then alternatively, if you're somebody who likes having a real weighty knife that you can feel in your pocket, then the copper or the brass that we do is for you. We've designed the Atlas to be a very easy knife to modify, to strip. It's about as user-friendly as you can get. Okay, that's in there. Right, let's just get on the pocket clip and get it on the right side. course, the pocket clip on the Twisted Atlas is completely reversible, so if you're left or right-handed, it doesn't matter. Or, of course, you can take the pocket clip off completely and just rock both pocket filler tabs, both sides. We sell titanium pocket filler tabs, and we even do an Entropic pocket filler tab. Now this is a titanium filler tab that has been put through a process where we heat it up and dip it in an acid, and you can see it, it's not showing up too well here, but there we have it. You get like a kind of a lightning effect. So let's pop one of those on there just to give it a little bit of interest there. You can see better there. Okay, let's get a screw in there. And then that just leaves the thumb stud to do on here. So let's do that. Thumb stud in there. Hold that with the back of your finger. What we're going to do now is just put a little dab of Gorilla Glue there we go. I'm just going to screw that in. And then that screw is not going anywhere, that thumb stud. There we have it. Let's just offer them up together. This is all achievable with just one T6 driver, a couple of pairs of aftermarket scales from us, and just a stonewash or a black PVD coated Twisted Atlas. So let us know, please, in the comments, which one do you prefer and why, and we will pick somebody at random and we will send them the knife. Thanks very much for watching, and that's your lot.